another one.
What's going on, guys? William here. Welcome back to another one up, and today we are continuing with our Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Waterlocke. Where we left off last time, we were looking for Wing and we found it. We found our water type Pokemon. We found our first encounter, first water type encounter. We have to catch this one or we don't get a Pokemon on this route, so we're going to go easy on it. We're not going to use Tackle because we've seen Ward Up pretty beastly in the physical attack section, so we can afford to use another water gun. And then we're going to throw a Pokeball at this thing and get it caught. That was close. Closer than I'd like. But we're going to get this caught. We're going to get Wingull caught. We're going to get Wingull nicknamed. We're going to get Wingull in the team. Okay, so let's launch this Pokeball. Pray for 3 shakes and a capture. I mean, we should be fine. We're fine. So, guys, we got the second member of our team. We got the second member of our water type team. Our lovely Wingull. Wingull's going to need a nickname. He is a male Wingull. It's going to need. It doesn't need a manly name, but we're gonna give it a manly name. We're gonna call this Wingull Gulliver. The most obvious name on the planet, but I like it. It fits. It suits. Gulliver it is. So let's have a look at Gulliver. Let's check him out first. Let's see what nature we've got. Hopefully not another neutral. Ooh, so we have less physical attack and boosted defense. That's a bold nature. We're fine with that. I am absolutely fine with that. We're gonna just make him a special attacker and make him a really bulky unit. That I'm happy with that. That as a nature, I'm perfectly fine with that. We're gonna go heal up, and then I think we're gonna go straight into the next route and try and get our next encounter, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, there won't be an encounter, another water type encounter, for a while, as far as I can remember, at least. There isn't another water type that I'm able to catch for quite a while after the next route. So we're going to head straight on over there. We didn't come here earlier, but this guy wouldn't have let us through anyway. He was sketching some footprints on the floor that turned out to be... Oh, that... Did you see that? See those Wingull just flying by? And we've just... No, I don't want you. Okay, so we're going to have our first trainer battle apart from the battle with May in this route, and we're also going to hopefully very shortly encounter our next catchable Pokemon. There's 2 water types available on this route. As I say, one is super rare, has a really low appearance rate, and the other one has a just under average appearance rate, so we're probably still going to see a lot of Zigzagoon, a lot of Poochyena, but there are 2 water types here, I assure you. I know which one I would prefer, because it would give my team a little bit more depth as we progress through the game, but either is fine. We love all water types over here. So today we're going to catch this Pokemon. We're going to level him up a little bit. We're going to head on over to the Petalburg gym and see our dad for the first time. The only dad in Pokemon ever. We're going to go meet him. I think he's the only dad anyway. Yeah. I mean, he's the only dad you have, the main characters have in across the Pokemon games. So we got a Wild Poochyena again. We're not having much luck with quickly encounter. I mean, Wingull didn't take that long. It was just spread across 2 parts, so it made it seem a lot longer, but not super long. But yeah, I think... No, Wurmple, go away. Now, I have a bit of a dilemma. I'm... Oh! Water type. Lotad, water type. We've got our next encounter. It's also a level 3. It's also a male. We're going to water gun it. It's going to do no damage. Nothing at all. I'm not risking that tackle though. This Mudkip is too beefy for that tackle. Yeah, I've got a bit of a... The first rod we're going to get is an old rod, right? I'm thinking way ahead right now, but the first rod we're going to get is an old rod. I don't think I'm going to use it. All you can catch with it is a Magikarp. I don't want a Magikarp. I mean, I know Gyarados would be pretty cool. Do you know what? I may head back to a route where I couldn't have previously caught a Pokemon and maybe just catch a Gyarados there, catch a Magikarp there, and probably just immediately box it and maybe have it as like a possible trump card later on. Of all the water types I've ever liked, Gyarados hasn't always been up there in the top tier, and just getting a Magikarp to a Gyarados in a Nuzlocke is not ideal. Yeah. So there's my dilemma, way ahead of myself, but it's been on my mind. So we've caught our Lotad. Lotad is awesome because Lotad is a water and grass type, which means he's going to be pretty useful against Maze Trico. Probably one of our more useful. But we have Wingull, and Wingull is a flying type, so that knowing flying type moves will really help us out with grass types. So we've got a bit of diversity in the team. We're going to nickname Lotad. And I think the nickname we're going to go with is Deep Dish. Because it sounds cool, and Lotad has a pretty deep dish on top of its head. So we've got Deep Dish the Lotad now. We've got Warderp the Mudkip, and we've got Gulliver the Wingull. That is our team for the foreseeable future, guys. So get used to these guys. Let's have a look at Lotad's. Let's have a look at Lotad before we crack on with getting. So we've got lowered special defense. And bulky defense. So we have two Pokemon with boosted defense. Lowered special defense is not ideal. Going to go heal up, and then we're going to have to move on to Petalburg, and we're going to have to level up. We're going to have to level up Gulliver. We're going to have to level up Deep Dish a little bit. Get them sort of in line with Warderp, because everybody's going to need to be useful in this run for it to even be remotely a success. So we've abused the Pokemon Center so far. I'm really going to try and keep healing at the Pokemon Center to a minimum, because it can be tempting to just run back every time you take a little bit of damage, and I don't think that's in the spirit of a Nuzlocke. So we're going to try and keep that to a minimum. I am going to... Before we battle this guy, I'm going to try and do some switch training. I can't remember exactly what Pokemon he has, but I can't imagine them being particularly challenging. So it should be no problem to switch a Zigzagoon. It should be no problem to switch in our Warderp and get some XP for everybody. We definitely don't want to leave Gulliver in, because this Zigzagoon is a higher level than us, and we're probably a crit away from death at this point. So we're switching Warderp. Get some of those beastly tackles off. Zigzagoon has the cutest tackle animation though. So the first time I ever played, it would have been regular Sapphire. First Gen 3 game I played was regular Sapphire, and I had when I finished the game I had 2 Linoon in my team. So Zigzagoon evolves into Linoon, and I had 2 of those in my team because the pickup ability was so useful. You could find, as they leveled up high, you found really cool items, rare candies, all sorts of things. So I had 2 Zigzagoon in my team, which eventually became 2 Linoon. And yeah, I beat the Pokemon League with... Oh, we can go and have a look at this. This was the other possibility for a water type encounter. This has got a much rarer chance of being found. Oh, it's not. I mistook the cry. I'm an idiot. I thought it was going to be Surskit. It's not. It's Lotad. We've already got one. We definitely don't want to be. We definitely don't want to be in here though. Again, level 5. 1 level higher, no thanks. Switch out to Water Up, get some XP for Gulliver. But yeah, no. So I finished regular Sapphire with 2 Linoon, and I feel like that's a pretty big achievement. I'm not gonna lie. Right, so just need to get these beastly tackles off, get this Lotad knocked out, go find our dad and find out why he doesn't live at home with us, because I don't think him and my mum have split up. I mean, as the story progresses, I mean, I'm not going to go home often, but you do find out a little bit more. And this Lotad knows Teeter Dance. That's terrifying, because we could knock ourselves out. It's okay, it did no damage. No damage, thanks to the growls that this Lotad's let off. Yeah, so we need to go confront our dad and find out why he doesn't want to live at home with our mum. I mean, they don't have a bedroom, so that could be... There's only 1 bedroom and it's mine. I don't know where they would sleep. I don't even know where mum sleeps, but... Our Water Up has learnt Mud Slap. That's a cool move for our water type, because, spoiler alert, as Mudkip does evolve, he does gain the ground typing. So, Mud Slap's only 20 power, but it can lower accuracy, so it has its uses, and it can be useful if enemies are weak against that type. But as Mudkip gains the ground typing, he's going to be far more useful to us. Not that he's not useful. I'm not saying that. So we've trained up. God. Oh no, we haven't trained him up enough. Let's boost him a little bit more. With this bug catcher. Haha, our eyes met. I'll take you on with my bug Pokemon. Yeah, not particularly worried about your bug Pokemon, dude. I can't think of a bug Pokemon that's going to cause me a problem in this run. In Pokemon Sun or Moon, though, that beastly Vikavolt would have been a problem. So we've got level 4 Wurmple. Let's get a Growlithe, weaken its attack, and then we should be able to take this thing out. Yeah, I think Water Gun's going to be stab. I think this is Gulliver's time to shine. Yeah, I think we got this. Slow me down. See if I care. I can't say I've ever used a Wingull before. A Wingull's never really been a staple part of my team. I can't remember ever I've evolved a Wingull for Pokedex purposes, but I can't say I've ever used it. So I'm excited to see what kind of Pokemon it is. I can't even really honestly say I know its moveset really, or I'm hoping it learns a lot of special attacks, because it's going to be a special attacker, whether it likes it or not. But I'm excited to Supersonic. I would have liked a flying type move. I'm not going to lie, but Supersonic is fine. Supersonic's cool. That could buy us some time in a sticky situation. Oh, we scared that one away. Does this guy not want to fight? He's not very tall, so he fwahs into grass. This guy doesn't want to fight, no? No one else wants to fight here. But we do have a random encounter. There's some berries up here. I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time watering and planting berries, because I'm probably not going to do enough backtracking for them. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be doing that. So yeah, so I haven't used I can't say I've ever used a Wingull. I can't really say I've ever used a Lotad, really. Yeah, no, I've never really used a Lotad. For somebody who is a self-confessed water Pokemon aficionado, there are some I haven't used. So I'm really excited for Lotad, because it's got some really cool evolutions, and if we can keep it alive that long, I feel like Lotad is going to be such an important part. I'm going to stop calling him Lotad. Deep Dish. His name is Deep Dish, guys. He's going to be a very, very important part of our team. So the reason why water types are my favourite, I'm going to get into that a little bit, is because the first Pokemon game I ever beat, it was given to me by my friend in secondary school in year 7. So I would have been 10 or 11, I believe. So we're going back almost 20 years. I'm that old. He gave me a copy of Pokemon. I had no idea. I'm going to switch you out. I'm going to switch you out. You're not taking any more hits like that. I had no idea what Pokemon was. I had this crappy old Game Boy. The big... I say crappy. I love that thing. I still got it somewhere. The big grey brick one. And he told me about Pokemon, and he told me it was animals fighting. And in my head, I couldn't fathom what that meant. I thought it was going to be like a... At the time, all I had was a Mega Drive, so I thought, yeah, it's going to be a side-scrolling game where you're an animal and you fight other animals. I don't know. But he explained it to me. I didn't make sense. He gave me the game, immediately fell in love with it. And those janky, horrible sprites from Gen 1, Pokemon Blue, fell in love with all of them. I completed that game. I say completed. I beat the Elite Four with 3 Pokemon still alive. So when I beat the champion, who would have been Gary, probably named Gary after the TV. No, because I hadn't seen the TV show. Probably would have been named after my best friend or my cousin or something like that. When I beat my rival in that game, I had 3 Pokemon left. Those 3 Pokemon were Blastoise, Poliwhirl, and Vaporeon. There were the only 3 left alive, and from that moment on, I just knew water types were the type for me. The reason I had a Poliwhirl was because, honestly, the internet wasn't a thing. I had used the Water Stone to evolve Vaporeon, and by the time I had Poliwhirl, I didn't even know that... Oh, this lady thinks she's gonna... I'm gonna help further her career. I just didn't know it could evolve, so I beat the Elite Four with a Poliwhirl. No idea it could evolve into a Poliwrath. No internet back in those days. And ever since then, water types have been so important to me. They've always been a staple of my team. I've always had one or more in my team. Whenever I can have a Vaporeon, Oh, we don't want to do that. Whenever I can have a Vaporeon, I have a Vaporeon. I've got Vaporeon tattooed on my arm. Amazing. It's an amazing tattoo. With Poliwhirl, on the inner forearm, on my right arm. Actually, the wonderfully talented artist who tattooed me is the same person who drew the artwork that you can see underneath the Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Waterlocke mark. Her name's Tiggy. You can find her on Instagram at Tiggy Tattoos. Definitely go and check her out. She's an amazing tattoo artist, amazing artist in general. Definitely go and check out her work, guys. This layout was only complete with that. She's done amazing. But yeah, she tattooed Poliwhirl on my arm. She tattooed Vaporeon on my arm. I'm sure at some point I'll get to show you guys that on the channel. And I have another Pokemon on my outer forearm. So my whole lower right arm, from the elbow to wrist, is covered in Pokemon. The Pokemon I have on the outer right arm is a newer one, a far newer one than a Gen 1 Pokemon. That's Tapu Fini from Pokemon Sun and Moon, from the Alola region. And the reason I got Tapu Fini was because as soon as I caught her, I fell in love. She's got an amazing set of moves. The design is amazing. She's a water type. She's a fairy type. She's beautiful. Just needed her. Just needed her to add on to there. We're definitely going to do some more. I think my whole right arm is going to be... I know. My whole right arm is going to be water type Pokemon. And yeah, at some point I'll show you guys. I'm really excited for that. As we stand here and talk to beautiful May, my lovely, my favourite. We see those Beautifly going past. I have a soft spot for butterfly Pokemon. Butterfree was also in my Pokemon Blue team. Didn't make it through the final battle though. Got wiped out. But still love him nonetheless. Those are Beautifly, weren't they? I'll have to check my Dex Nav later to be sure. But wow, we already made it through Route 102, huh? I guess it's true that time really flies when you're with a friend. Oh, look, there's Petalburg already. Wade, your dad, he's the gym leader in Petalburg, isn't he? Maybe I should try and take him on myself once I train up my Pokemon a bit more. Guess I'm off then, Wade. Let's meet up again sometime. Oh, I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will because I can't get enough of you. So we'll pop down here. Grab another potion. We should probably, while we're out on this route and while I'm just babbling on about lifestyle stuff, we should probably No, we'll go see Dad first. We'll go see Dad, then we'll do some... then we'll do a little bit more training. I may start the second episode with a little bit of grinding. Who knows? But all grinding, guys, will be sped up. I don't need to go in here. I just healed my Pokemon. We don't need to be in here. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. We need to be in here. Because what I need to do is I need to change box 2 of our PC. Box 2 of our PC to the Rip Trade box. Remember, guys, if you leave a comment below saying Rip Trade me, you are entered into the competition, having the possibility of receiving a random member of our fainted team. So any Pokemon that faint will be sent to the Rip Trade box, and eventually they'll be traded to viewers. So yeah, leave a comment down below saying Rip Trade me, and I'll go through all those and pick people out at random. But like I say, the more times you leave it. Don't leave multiple comments on one video. Obviously, I would never ask you to do that. But the more comments you leave across all of my videos, the more chance you have. Oh, Dad who doesn't want to come home. Dad who doesn't want to live with my mum because I don't know what's going on between them. But dear. I'm going to do some special training with my Pokemon, then I'll challenge this gym again because my dad just beat the life out of him. I'm assuming. My dad Norman. Lovely name for a dad. Why, if it isn't Wade? So you finished moving in? I see. Well, I guess we shouldn't stand around here talking. Do you want to come in for a bit? We can talk in the gym. All right, don't seem too excited to see me, Dad. You know, I was surprised that you managed to get here by yourself. Ah, I see. You're making a good start on a team. Mm-hmm. Then I guess you're going to become a trainer like me. I mean, I've already started to become a trainer like you, Dad. Now that's something to look forward to. Excuse me. I'd like to get a Pokemon, please. Aren't you... You're Wally, right? Yes. I'm supposed to go stay with my relatives in Verdanturf Town for a while, but I thought I might be lonely by myself, so I wanted to bring a Pokemon with me. But I've never caught a Pokemon by myself. I'm not sure if I can. I see. Wade, you heard all that, right? You go with Wally and make sure he safely catches a Pokemon. Wally, here. I'll lend you one of my Pokemon. Oh, see, thanks, Dad. Like, you couldn't lend me a Pokemon. I had to get one from your friend. But you're going to lend this random. I'll give you a Pokeball too, so give it your best. One. May gave me 5. My parents. I'm telling you, parents in this game. Thank you, Mr. Norman. Wade, you will come with me, right? Oh, you're so pathetic, Wally. So pathetic. I mean, we're cool. We're cool. But you're pathetic. You look like you're wearing your pajamas. Wade, Pokemon hide in tall yeah, I know, mate. I know, dude. But please stay there and watch so I can see if I can catch one properly. Whoa! He's pathetic. I'm telling you, he's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. But, he gets to catch a Rorts, and Rorts is amazing. Rorts is amazing. I'm jealous of him. It's not one of the members of the Supreme Water Race. But it's a quality Pokemon nonetheless. It's got a really cool design as well, that helmet. And the fact that it has a branching evolution based on gender. One of my favourite things. Oh, you're brave. What if that was a crit? Okay, well, I think you can catch it now, Wally. Probably best not to attack it again. I'm supposed to weaken it before I throw my Pokeball, right? Yep, now's the time. What I do find with Pokemon is as they've gone on, they've definitely got more hand-holdy, because this is probably just to show me how to catch Pokemon, realistically. And I've already caught 2. So, you left it a while. But Wally's caught his Rorts. We've encountered another rival. He's not much of a rival, not going to lie. But we're going to be seeing a lot more of him and his Rorts as we head back to see Dad and give back the Pokemon that he lent Wally but would never have lent me because he's a scumbag. Let me give you back your Pokemon, sir. And you, Wade, thank you so much for coming with me. It was all thanks to you two that I was able to catch Rorts, my very own Rorts. I will always treasure it. Yeah, well, if you really treasured it, you'd have given it a nickname, but you haven't. But he has updated our Pokénav Plus. Yep, that gives us the ability to access Pokemon and Me, which we're not going to be using because I feel like it would make the game a little bit easier, because sometimes your Pokemon, they don't get critical hits. They avoid critical hits, or they stay alive with 1 HP. And as useful as that would be, I think it would be a bit unfair. So Dad's told us to take on the Pokemon Gym Badge Challenge, which is what we were going to do anyway, because we don't need him. Where has he even been? Like, I'm 10 years old. He doesn't live at home. I live at home with my mum in a bedroom that I assume we share because she doesn't have one. So I'm going to call it an episode there, guys. When I come back, I'm going to do a little bit of grinding. I'll speed all of that up for you, though, and then we'll get into the episode proper, where we head on through Petalburg Forest to get our Pokemon Gym Badge Challenge started. That's going to be exciting. So yeah, going to start the next episode with some grinding, speed that up, and then we'll crack on with this Waterlocke. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.